Hello and welcome to this lecture. Today we are going to discuss about introduction to epistemology, and we are going to discuss about perception. So when we see this picture, the first thing we came to know in our mind are beautiful scenery with beautiful grassland, having some lakes, and then we can see the sky is blue, we have some cloud. So the question arises that from these things that we can feel or we can see is like, for example, how the grass is green or why the grass look green, or the lake is blue, or the sky is blue in color, or the beautiful mountains. So the question arises that how can we know these information and how these things come arise. So my answer is these things can arise from your perception. So the perception is the most important thing that you can say that helps to start the epistemology. And we have to understand another thing that the perception we get from the things that we can see, sometimes we can make some mistakes what we perceive. It may be because sometimes we misremember what we have done, or sometimes we make false conclusions, and that is very important. But the most important thing that we must know, or we must need to know, that how these perceptions came from. That's the most important thing. So we must know that the perception came from our different senses. So if we take a look on the slides, you can see very clearly that we have different senses, and everybody, if you have studied in your schools, you must know that what are the senses. And you can see in the picture that we have 5 main senses, like for example, obviously how we can see the things, how can we listen the things, or our taste, our nose, our eyes, our ear. So our all senses, these are actually, they are responsible for making the perceptions. But keep in mind that we all make our mistakes in our life. Sometimes the perceptions is what we perceive is not right. For example, if there is a green grass, you can see, you see that okay, this look green, but you are not aware of that whether this green grass is really a green grass, or maybe a artificial grass, or it is a natural in nature or artificial. So sometimes our perceptions miscalculate or unable to judge the things properly, and that's why things the problematic going to happen. So the next slide, if you take a look, is that we have some common source of knowledge that is responsible for making the perception. So which among them is the memory is very important thing, which is responsible for our source of knowledge. And the important thing is that we have to understand that there are two type of memories. One is the long term memory that keep persist in your mind for maybe longer years. For example, some basic actions, how you go to the washroom, how to do the washroom, some of them things that you learn in your early stage of your life is in part of your memory. How to eat the food, these are long term memory. Now it is not like that someone will teach you how to eat the food or how to go to the washroom. And we have the other section, which is a working memory, that is responsible to select, organize, or interrogate the things. The working memory, like for example, you are reading some book, or for example you are doing some action or some task, like for example you are writing assignment, or for example you are organizing your daily schedule, is actually a working memory that connecting with some of your past memories. And or some, for example, your habit is also responsible to make your memory. So that is a detailed topic we will discuss in another lecture. The next thing that is very important for your perception is about self-awareness, or we can say that your consciousness. And the consciousness is mean that you are aware of the surroundings, what is going on in your surrounding, and that is your conscious. And for example, when for example you are going to some bar, or you're going to drink some alcohol, in the beginning you are in your conscious, okay, you are going to go with your friends to drink, and then what happened after the drink finish, you lose your consciousness. That's why, for example, if someone drink alcohol, you fall, the people falling out, or people become aggressive or violent, or they unable to drive the car, or unable to perform the task. So it means that they are losing the consciousness. So there's the difference between consciousness and unconsciousness. And you can see that in the item that affect the human consciousness is the drink. So we have to understand that the perception is actually around the memory, about your consciousness, about using your five senses. And then obviously we have another part, which is a reflection, that is actually the deeper understanding of the things that comes with the experience. And experience, like for example, how you are doing the task in your daily life with your experiences. Like for example, if for example you need to write an essay on something, for example, so maybe in the beginning you are not experienced with that, but then with the passage of time, obviously you learn the art of writing the essay, and then that comes with the experience. Then for example, if I tell you about my experience, like for example, when I joined for my master's program, I was not aware of writing a scientific articles. Then what happened, after reading a lot of knowledge, reading and then practicing it, I get a lot of experience, and then I able to write. So you have to understand that the reflection is actually a deeper understanding of something that someone is going to do, which come with the experience, and then that experience then obviously reflect in term of maybe the output or productivity. Either you are writing an essay, or someone is writing an article, or someone is understanding some concept or phenomena about the universe, or maybe for example how to drive the car, how is another thing that come with the experience, and then you able to drive the car is the reflection. Then next slide is about the testimony, which is also the part of the perception. And testimony is, for example, is a simple word, is that we can simple explain in term of that acquiring the knowledge, or taking the knowledge, or acquiring knowledge of someone else, and then you writing, or you are listening, or you are recording, and then interpretation of someone knowledge, which is you can explain in term of you can say that eyewitness testimony. Like for example, if someone seen the crime, so the person that saw the crime will depict the story what has happened in that event, and then obviously that he have or she have some knowledge or information of the event that has happened, and then that knowledge will be given to maybe to the person that is listening or recording the testimony or recording the information, and then that information then obviously will be used to judge whether that testimony is true or testimony is false, which we will discuss in later on in our upcoming lectures. So this is an introductory lecture, so I'm not going to discuss in detail for this lecture. So a simple example for testimony is eyewitness testimony. And someone, what obviously the important thing is about testimony, that if someone is depicting the event or incident that has happened in some part, so obviously we have to keep understand and go back to that memory, that human being memory is sometime we forgot the things. So the testimony, maybe the person that are depicting the story, maybe he or she unable to tell the story exactly what has happened. So, and then the person that is obviously writing that testimony, if someone is writing it, maybe the person that is writing the testimony may be unable to perceive in a correct way. So that's why the judicial system is important for understanding this thing. So thank you so much for today's lecture. We will discuss belief in our upcoming lecture, and thank you so much.